Okay, I'm taking a video picture of my tent right now. This phone is, the time is about 40 minutes off. It's about 12:40 right now. The date is May 6, 2014. I'm also going to use a voice command feature to enable the phone to state the date electronically.
Say a command. May 6, Tuesday, 12:02 p.m.
Okay, this is to show you, hang on. This is to show you that this tent is here and that it's locked up. I'm a target, victim, and activist concerning the crimes of gang stalking, which can also be called organized stalking. Oh, hold on. Now, the reason why I'm showing you this video picture of my tent is to show you that it's here and that it's not slashed up or anything. They came down here on February 27th, 2014. Hang on a second. They came down here on February 27th, 2014 and slashed it up with a knife, and I had to fix it with bread ties. This video applies for the next 30 calendar days in reference to this hiking area and any other hiking area that I'm actually preparing to move right now. This hiking area's got a code number and code name attached to it. The code name is GILL ×2. I'm a woman, not a man. HA location. Now, we're going to see if I come home in the next 30 days, including on today's date, and if this tent is missing, damaged, or stolen in any way, and or a trespass notice put on it. I also have some property that's hidden close by, completely out of sight as well. We're going to see if I come home and notice any of that damaged, missing, or stolen. Now, I just made an email a few days ago concerning my hiking area and my new hiking areas pertaining to events happening, how they might come about, including property being missing, damaged, or stolen, or any events that might take place towards me or my property at any of my hiking areas. I am preparing to move. About 96% of all my property has been moved, but for the past 2 weeks I've been strapped down with migraines, with a heat wave that lasted about a week. That happened all last week. Didn't get nothing done in reference to moving. I wasn't gonna see, because I'm setting up some very, very, very good security provisions pertaining for my property and for me at these new hiking areas. And these security protocols that I'm setting up and implementing take physical exertion. I wasn't about ready to do that in 100-degree heat, and it was 100 degrees practically every day all week last week. So I took last week off in reference to moving property, and because when I move property, I make sure that the property is secured in the security provisions that I make for it and for myself. So since it was 100 degrees out every day for the last week, all last week, I didn't do anything because I wasn't going to exert myself and exhaust myself. Plus also in the area that I'm living in now and the new areas that I'm setting up are infested with poison oak and poison ivy. So I've had to develop safety protocols to keep my body from being like just walking in one area of it. I can just accidentally rub against, like, look at this tree right here. It's totally green. This is poison oak. Well, the areas that I'm moving to, it's infested, okay, with this poison oak. And all you got to do, you literally got to, like, if I took my finger right now and just touch this, or my arm would break out for over anywhere between 10 days and 2 weeks of massive itching. And guess what? The itching occurs mostly at night when you're preparing to go to sleep, which affects your sleep cycles. So between me having to cover up and shield my entire body while I'm at these areas preparing to, to set up these security provisions, I did not want to have all this different type of clothing and other physical security measures that I developed to wear as I'm preparing the security provisions. In other words, I would have had to wear massive clothing on me while I was creating these security provisions in 100-degree heat. And it wasn't just dry heat, it was humid. And San Diego usually is not humid at all. That's why I just said, I threw my hands up in the air last week and said, I'm not doing no moving at all last week. Then, right before that week started and a few days since it, I've had migraines. Now, so I'm just now getting over all that. And so yesterday, I spent the entire day yesterday going through property that's going to be moved tomorrow. And since I'm getting such a late start today, I'm just going to go to the library today and charge up my power cells for my new phone that I bought, charge up my computer, my laptop, and then do some grocery shopping. I'm taking this video picture of my tent because of the gang stalking that is occurring towards me at this area still to this day. That's right. We're gonna see if if I come home and this tent is slashed up, damaged in any way, missing, stolen, or trespass notice is put on it. And we're also gonna see if any property that is hidden close by, completely out of sight, is missing, damaged, or stolen. Now, the individuals that harassed me for over a year that they set up to hike out about 100 feet away, they moved out about 2 weeks ago. But someone is still over there. That's right. And the individual that they got to assault me on a sidewalk not too far from here on January 30th, 2014, was seen by me yesterday walking down this sidewalk and going up into that area where the voices are being heard. So we're going to see if his little skanky bitch ass is used along any of my routes and or at this hiking area and or any grocery stores or sidewalks or roads. They're having him intentionally re-walk by me to see if a provocation will occur. And it's also done to stimulate the episodic memory pertaining to the assault. That's right. Gang stalking expeditions is about victimization and then reminding you about the victimization by representing you with things that will remind you about how you've been victimized. That's why they're having them walk by me. They have them walk by me practically every day. That's right, at Ross grocery store and on the sidewalk and on the road. That's right, intentionally. Every single day they're having his little bitch ass walk by me, excuse my language. And that's done to intentionally make me see, because if you have somebody assaulted and then he gets away with the assault and then they have him walk by you on a daily basis to remind you about it, it's their way to taunt you concerning not just about the victimization but the fact that they got away with it. And that's why they're having them do it. That's right. Case in point, if you went to Google right now, just listen to this and you'll see I'm telling you the truth. Go to Google and type in, it's a true story concerning how they had this girl raped. It's a story that's illustrating gang stalking sensitization. They had this girl raped and they shoved a sock in her. Hang on a second, let this truck go by. As they were raping her, they shoved a sock in her mouth. And then on subsequent days after the rape, including up to months after the rape, every day they got individuals to get along her route to throw socks along her path, including the people that took a part in the rape and the associated friends and family members. Basically what they did was they raped her, and as they were raping her, they shoved a sock in her mouth. Then they got along all of her routes on subsequent days for months on end and threw socks along her routes to remind her about it and to represent socks for her to see everywhere she went to remind her about the rape. Well, this is a huge methodology of gang stalking, to intentionally assault a target, either a physical assault or rape, a robbery, whatever, and then what they'll do is have the people that played a role in it or were associated to it, have them reappear along the target's route in order to make the target feel powerless over the prior victimization, the event of the victimization, and the fact that they're being reminded about it as a result of being triggered to remember it as a result of the persons being involved in it reappearing along the target's route. That would be like if you had a woman or a guy raped and then having the rapist walk by him. It's intentionally done. It's not accidents. It's what I'm telling you is that these types of schemes, traumatic schemes, are intentionally being done for this purpose, to stimulate the episodic memory about the event and to remind the target about it, to keep the target mentally preoccupied concerning it. Yeah, it's called victimization and re-victimization, using psychological operations to do it. It's intentionally done for this reason. Yeah, they've had him walk by me practically every single day since the assault that took place on a sidewalk on January 30th, 2014. That's right, he's a homeless bum that they're using, that they paid off with God only knows what. They're having him walk by me inside of Ralph's, outside of Ralph's, on the sidewalk where the assault took place at, on the road that the sidewalk is off of. That's right, intentionally. And they're having him walk by me on the sidewalk at this area as well. And they want to make sure that I look up to see who's walking by having him. Hang on. What they're doing when they have him walk by the sidewalk is they're having him play a loud little hand radio. That way, like when I'm in the tent and he walks by and I hear the radio, I look up and I see that it's him. That's why they're having him do it. And they'll say that now look how crazy Leslie is. Now she thinks that we're intentionally having him walk by her. Bullshit. I know exactly how these filthy whores operate because I've been dealing with them now since 2001. That's right. I'm in San Diego, California. This video applies for the next 30 days pertaining to this area and any of my other hiking areas, including all my properties or any events, which also include my bike, physical altercations, verbal altercations, police, neighbors, anybody. Gang stalking. Thank you.